Welcome to cooking cheap, easy, and tasty meals. I was looking at some old recipes and I ran across something I haven't seen in quite a while. It was for cornbread cookies. I don't think I've had them in 50 or 60 years, but I ran across it in an old cookbook that I found. And as I was looking around on the internet, I found out that it's something that people make. So I thought I would give it a shot. I remember eating them when I was little, but I just don't remember what's happened since. So start with a half cup of butter. I went ahead and browned the butter because I figured that would add a little richness to it that wouldn't be there otherwise. You don't have to brown the butter, but I was doing a little practicing with my butter skills, and sure enough, I managed to brown some butter, which I haven't done in a while. But I don't know if you ever used brown butter, but what it does is adds a little richness beyond butter, which is hard to imagine. Kind of a nutty flavor and smell. You gotta be careful making it, it's real easy to burn. Now once you've added your brown butter, then you add honey and a half cup of sugar. So here's my half cup of sugar. And I sprayed my half cup measure with a spray oil before I put my honey in, so it should come out fairly cleanly, and it did. Not too bad. I'm gonna scrape the rest of it out, but most of it came out without any problem. If you just spray it with a little spray oil of some sort, it helps keep it from sticking. And I'm gonna go ahead and mix this by hand. You could use a mixer if you prefer. But I'm just getting it mixed together a little bit. The smell, the difference between the smell of brown butter and regular butter changes the scent right from the very beginning. As soon as you start this, you're getting a different smell. All right, now, so the next thing we're gonna do is add in some egg yolk, but I'm gonna use the whole egg. You could use just the yolks, but I'm just gonna make it easy on myself. I just use the whole egg. The original recipe I had called for egg yolks. I may regret putting the whites in there, but I don't think it'll make a whole lot of difference. Like everything else, you're supposed to cream this to get the granulated sugar mixed in real well with the butter and the honey, and I think it'll come together that way, one way or the other. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add in a little vanilla, and I think we call for a teaspoon of vanilla, and I'm just going to guess that's probably enough. If not a little too much, it'll be all right. All right, now I'm going to switch back to my spatula, and I'm going to add 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. You could probably use bread flour, but I don't really want to. I don't think that would benefit me that much. So that's 1 cup. I don't have a clean half cup measure, so I'm going to have to do 2/4 cups. Okay, now I'm going to add a half cup of cornmeal. There's a 1/4 cup. There's another 1/4 cup. This is something I found locally at one of the produce stands. Hustlin' Harry. It's an interesting name. Not sure who Hustlin' Harry is, but it's something I got at a local shop. Then the other thing we want to go ahead and add at the same time is baking powder, baking soda, and salt. And so I'm just going to grab a little salt out of here. It's supposed to be a half teaspoon. Since I'm using salted butter, I'm not going to worry about that too much. And I want to put a half teaspoon of baking powder. So there's that one. And a half teaspoon of baking soda. There's that. And now I'm going to mix all these together. Again, this would be a good place for a mixer, but since not everybody has a mixer, I want to make sure you know you don't have to have a mixer to make this. You can just take your time and do it with a spatula. I would do it with the whisk, but it's going to get all stuck up in the whisk and that becomes a pain, so a spatula will do. But you can see it's coming together. There it is. Comes together really easy. I don't want to overmix it. The flour is evenly mixed. I think I've got everything scraped off, so I think we're in good shape. So I'm going to get that last bit back into the bowl. Then we'll cover the bowl and we'll put it in the refrigerator for a little while just to make it easier to work with. It's a little thin now, and I would like it a little firmer. So next thing is to put it in the refrigerator for half an hour to an hour. So I'm going to cover it and do that. This is the hardest part of doing, is getting the film over it. Maybe I'll just get 2 pieces and make it easier. Just use another piece. Okay, I'm gonna just put that in the refrigerator for a little while and let it sit. Okay, I'm gonna make these cookies about a teaspoon at a time. Drop them in the sugar. Roll them around in the sugar. One thing about it, I'm not very consistent with the size of these cookies. I've made several batches trying to get the size right. This appears to be about the right size. They spread pretty significantly, so we need to give them plenty of room. They spread more than I would have thought. Then again, I've never made them. I've eaten them before, but my grandmother made them, not me. So she probably knew that. Okay, I'm gonna stick those in the oven and see how they do. At least 15 minutes, probably a little longer. Once the cookies have cooled, they get nice and crispy and go really well with hot chocolate, milk, coffee, tea, whatever your favorite drink is. They can be frozen and used whenever you need one. I think you'll find it's an interesting addition to your cookie options when you're trying to prepare something special. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and give us a like. Thank you.